Pakistan's economy today is trapped in a pattern of dependency that looks deliberate. A system built not to produce but to comply. Decades of short-term stabilization programs, externally dictated reforms, and politically expedient policies have turned the country into what economists describe as a consumer remittance economy. A nation that lives on money earned abroad and spent on goods produced elsewhere. The result is a structure that sustains consumption but stifles production. Under successive IMF programs, the state has reduced economic policy to fiscal obedience. Tight monetary policy, currency devaluation, and relentless taxation. These measures may balance books temporarily, but they crush the domestic enterprise. Businesses face suffocating costs, investments stall, and innovation retreats. The economy survives, but it does not grow. In this environment, wealth creation has all but disappeared. Credit is expensive, energy unreliable, and regulatory uncertainty endless. The productive class, entrepreneurs, professionals, and skilled workers find little reason to stay. Over 860,000 Pakistanis left in 2023 alone, part of a larger exodus of more than 6 million skilled migrants since 1971. The remittance, nearly $29 billion annually, now accounts for almost 9% of GDP. A lifeline that props up households, consumption, and foreign reserves, but while dollars return, the human capital that earns them does not. This model has hollowed out the domestic economy. Pakistan no longer produces enough to sustain its population or ambitions. Industry contributes barely 12% to the GDP, exports are stagnant, and services dominate, largely low productivity and import dependent. The nation consumes far more than it creates. Financed by borrowing, remittances, and rising taxes on shrinking middle class. Energy insecurity compounds the crisis. Over 60% of Pakistan's power generation depends on imported fuels, exposing the economy to global price shocks and foreign leverage. The circular debt in the power sector exceeds Rs 2.6 trillion. Yet, the country has made no serious effort to secure affordable regional energy. India, by contrast, negotiated waivers to buy cheap oil from Iran and Russia, treating energy as a strategic autonomy. Pakistan, constrained by the sanctions and indecision, abandoned the Iran-Pakistan gas pipeline, forfeiting a potential energy lifeline. In that vacuum, the Gulf Cooperation Council (GCC) states Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and UAE have stepped in, not just as suppliers but as strategic gatekeepers. Qatar now provides over 60% of Pakistan's LNG. Saudi Arabia plans refinery and mineral investments exceeding $20 billion, and the UAE dominates petroleum logistics. These investments bring capital but also control. By depending on Gulf fuel, loans, and remittances, Pakistan effectively outsources part of its economic sovereignty to the GCC and indirectly to the United States, which guarantees Gulf security. Meanwhile, foreign direct investments from other regions remain scarce. Investors cite policy inconsistency, security risks, and institutional fragility. With few alternatives, Pakistan welcomes any capital it can get, even if it deepens dependency. The latest wave of privatization is a case in point. Public assets are being sold under fiscal distress, often to foreign buyers at a time when local powers are reasserting state control over the strategic sectors like energy, minerals, and infrastructure. The cumulative effect is unmistakable. Pakistan is becoming a textbook consumer remittance state, a country that imports its energy, exports its people, and mortgages its future. This pattern is not accidental, it is dependency by design. Reversing it requires more than new loans or policy tweaks. Pakistan must shift from compliance to capability, from austerity to autonomy. That means turning remittance into productive investments, pursuing diversified energy partnerships, and rebuilding industrial and human capacity at home. The goal should not be to meet IMF benchmarks, but to escape the need for them altogether. Until Pakistan reclaims the power to decide how it earns, spends, and fuels itself, its sovereignty will remain conditional, and its economy perpetually borrowed. Thank you for watching. Allah Hafiz.